our video today, we would bring you some airport hacks for you. Because if you are not a frequent traveler, then you may not know some of these things that will make the whole flying experience so much better.
Who doesn't want a pleasant flying experience?
Exactly. Our first hack for you is to download the apps of the airlines that you fly. This is a huge thing because you can check in on the app, you can get notifications, you can use that as your boarding pass. So then you don't have to keep up with a piece of paper. Like, you're already keeping up with your phone. You know you're gonna have it. So just use that as your boarding pass. It makes things so much easier. Almost every airline has an app. I have an entire category on my phone of literally the app for every airline that we've ever flown. And we also have an app called Gate Guru that we have used, oh my god,
I love this.
10 years, so long. It's basically, you can type in any airport really in the world and it tells you what amenities are at the airports, even down to the gate and the terminal that it's at. So all the food, all the shopping, anything that you want to know about that airport, it tells you.
So if you want to know if there's a Starbucks near your gate at LaGuardia, spoiler alert, there's probably not going to be, but at any other airport that isn't LaGuardia, then you can just look in this app and filter to what terminal your gate's going to be in, and it tells you all the food options within that. My favorite thing about this is you don't have to walk up and down the terminal looking for something to eat. You can just quickly look at your phone and then know what direction you want to head. Especially great if you're limited on time. Something that we always do when traveling is to dress in layers. Because depending on the time of year, you know, it can be hot where you're going, but it's probably gonna be freezing on the plane. I was recently on a flight that was so cold, 6 people asked the flight attendants if they could turn the air off.
Wow.
Because it was it was colder than Montreal in December when we went.
Wow.
It was so cold. Luckily I had a jacket, but a lot of people didn't because it's kind of warm outside, and the plane was going somewhere warmer. But you just never know. So bring a lightweight jacket, or at minimum a scarf. Some sort of pashmina situation.
You can use that as a blanket.
Use it as a blanket. That has saved us on long haul flights to Europe recently. It was when we went to Paris.
Oh my god.
It was so cold in that plane.
I've never been that cold.
I had a scarf. I used it as a blanket. It was amazing. So just you never know.
Yeah.
You know? So always just have some sort of layer that you can take on, or that you can put on or take off depending on the climate and your plane.
Alright, so number 3 is a big one. If you fly as much as us, you've run into some issues when flying. Flights are canceled, flights are delayed, all the United drama, you know, it's so many things happen. So our advice to you is don't get mad, get sad. If you have to go talk to somebody to rebook you on another flight, if your flight got canceled, if you're delayed but you want to get on a different one, you know, put on the waterworks a little bit. Be sad, be sympathetic.
At least be kind. Be kind.
Don't
be mean or mad. Those people have a lot of power.
Make sure that they're empathetic to you. This has happened before, and actually this is a funny story. Last year when we were coming back from Turks and Caicos, Ashley, Ethan, our brother, and I were all had to get rebooked on another flight. Ethan ultimately decided to stay in Miami for the night, but he was yelling at the gate agent and they were not helpful. And then there comes me, sweet little old Shelby, all nice. Oh yes ma'am, we can get you on a flight right now. We'll put you on standby, but you'll be on this flight. Don't you worry about it. You know, you have to be nice. You know, make sure that they are empathetic towards you, because if you're mean to them, sorry.
You even got placed on a first class flight before.
I did one time, yep. I got a first class seat. That's how nice I am.
That's the story I thought you were about to tell.
Oh. No, that is a good one. That is a good one. Yep, they upgraded me to a first class seat. So it can happen. It can happen.
The other thing that we always do, or almost always do, is travel with our own water bottles and our own snacks. Obviously you can buy this stuff at the airport. You can bring any water bottle. Obviously it cannot be full going through security. So bring an empty water bottle and fill it when you get through security before you head to your gate. All airports have at least a water fountain, but a lot even have the little actual bottle fillers from like filtered water. You know, any water bottle. We love Bobble because it has a built-in filter in it. You have a Swell bottle.
And I have a Camelback bottle.
It really doesn't matter. Just bring one. That will save you a lot of money and will keep you hydrated on your flight. Snacks as well. I mean, airport snacks are so expensive.
Crap. It's also not healthy.
And it's not, it's not healthy. It's not good even.
It's not easy to take on a plane. So make sure you pack snacks that are protein rich, and then you don't need to like buy a bad meal like at McDonald's or something and bring that onto the plane. You can have protein rich snacks that will keep you full during the flight.
Yeah, most airlines don't provide a snack in flight anymore. There's a few that do.
Southwest
now.
Really? Yeah. They went back to it.
They went back to it.
I haven't flown American in a while. Southwest gives you snacks. JetBlue gives you snacks.
I think Delta does too. There was a period where no airline did for a while, and it came back. I know you're seeing the spider on the wall.
Spider.
I saw her eyes go too. But if you don't eat the snacks on the plane, then you have them, you know, to snack on at your destination. Just play it safe. You never want to be that person. You might run into a delay. You know, you might be on the plane, but you know you're delayed and you're starving, and the flight attendants can't, you know, get up at that point and give you food. What are you gonna do? You weren't planning on it, so just always have snacks to back up.
Okay, the next one is something we always try and do, and that is to sit at the front of the plane. There's so many benefits to this. If you're just on a flight that's non-stop, it's so great. You get to be the first one off the plane. And the first one to get snacks. They usually start at the front.
And drinks, yeah.
But the biggest thing is, if you have a layover, you will want to be the first one off of the plane, because it's not very often where you have a very long layover, and especially if you're coming from out of the country, you have to go through customs and do all of that. You want to be one of the first people off the plane so you can be done and make sure that you're going to hit your next flight. So sit at the front if possible. With Southwest, you know, you pick your own seat when you get on the plane, but other times you pick the seat like when you book the flight. Yeah. So pick one at the front.
Hopefully this is a no-brainer, but pack important items in your carry-on, not in your checked luggage if you're checking. But even a step further, even if you are carrying on and you have like a little rolly suitcase, don't put important items that you want access to in the plane there, because that's going above your head.
Right.
If you have a backpack or a purse or whatever that you have some other items in that's going under your seat, put everything in there. Phone charger, headphones,
any medicines that you'll need.
You might need access to, lotion, chapstick, snacks, all of that stuff that you want easy access to while you're flying. Keep in a bag that goes under the seat so that you're not trying to get up and down and get into anything that is above your head, or realize that you need something but it's in your checked bag under the plane and you can't get to it. So,
alright, it's not new to us, but we just signed up for it. We signed up for Global Entry. There's also just TSA PreCheck by itself, but with Global Entry, you get TSA PreCheck.
And it's just like $15 or $20 more.
Difference,
It's not a significant amount. So go, if you travel out of the country at all, get Global Entry.
So we'll break these down for a second. If you don't know what TSA PreCheck is, that basically it's a different security line that you get to go into that is much shorter. You don't have to take off your shoes. You don't have to take anything out of your bags.
And you can leave your jacket on. If you have a lightweight jacket, your laptop doesn't have to come out, your liquids don't have to come out of your bag. It is the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah, so that's TSA PreCheck, and then with Global Entry, you get TSA PreCheck, but with Global Entry, you basically go in another line as well when you're coming back into the country to go through customs. It's basically a pre-clearance program. So we're part of that. We are low-risk travelers, so we are pre-cleared to come back into the country, so we really don't have to talk to anybody. We just look on a machine, type in that we're coming back, do our fingerprints just to make sure that it's us, and then we're in.
Basically, it's an application process. They do a whole background check on you, and then you have to go to an airport that has a Global Entry station. It's not every airport.
Right.
And do an actual in-person interview with a TSA officer. You know, and then...
That sounds scarier than it is. It's really not.
It's literally 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, took me way longer to get to and from the airport than it did to actually do that interview.
Yeah.
It's really just a formality. They just want to meet you, you know, face to face, make sure, you know, you are who you say you are in your application. But time saver, game changer. At minimum, guys, get TSA PreCheck. It will just save you so much time and headache at the airport.
Yeah, if you fly like more than 3 or 4 times a year, you need to at least get PreCheck. It saves so much time.
Our next tip is to be sure that you're signed up for frequent flyer programs for all the airlines that you could potentially be flying.
I'm a part of almost every airline.
I mean, a lot of people,
they're free to sign up.
They're free to sign up. A lot of people try to fly just one airline, so you rack up your points on one. That's great, but it's not always possible depending on where you're going and who has the lowest prices and stuff. So there's like probably, I would say, 3 main airlines that we fly the most. And so our points are kind of split between them depending on, you know, again, who has the cheaper price and where we're going. But it's just great. You can use these miles towards free flights, towards other things, hotel stays. You know, there's a whole long list of things. It's free to sign up. Why would you not? You know, rack up these points so that you can accumulate them.
Yeah, we use points for flights all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
The other thing is, if you have a rewards number with a airline, it could potentially give you priority status, meaning that that situation that happened recently with United where they kicked somebody off the plane, what they essentially did is they
took out everybody that had, like, were signed up for their program. They got to stay.
Anybody that wasn't, and also the last people to check in for the flight, those are the people that they forcibly removed from the plane. So if you have an airline reward number, the likelihood of that happening to you
is far less.
Is not that it should happen to anybody, let's be honest, but the likelihood of it happening to you decreases significantly if you have a number rewards account with the airline.
All right, our last tip is that if you don't have PreCheck or global entry, make sure you're wearing shoes that you can easily take on and off through security. You don't want to be that person that racks up a line when you're trying to untie like boots or something that you're wearing. Like, no, don't do that. You know that you're gonna have to take your shoes off to go through security. So just wear things that are easily on and off. And on the flight, you wanna be comfortable too, so you don't wanna wear things that are like really constricting, you know?
And in that same vein, when you are going through security, if you're not going through the PreCheck line, make sure that if you're bringing a laptop with you, that you can easily pull that out.
Be prepared.
Your liquids, you can easily access them. Don't have them zipped up in your like carry-on roller bag that you have to sit there and like unzip everything and pull everything out to go through the bin. Everything should just be easy to grab. Don't, like she said, don't be that person that bottlenecks the line because you're unprepared with your stuff to get it through security.
Alright, so that is our 9 airport hacks for you. If you have any other suggestions, if there's things we missed out on,
things that you do.
Exactly. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know what those are. We're all about helping each other out, you know?
Absolutely.
Gotta help each other out. Make sure you give us a big thumbs up if you liked this video. And make sure you're subscribed to us up here. You can click on our faces and you can watch our latest video right here. It's so easy. Just click on it. Click. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.